Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the racetrack. And I'm Kyle Speed 1. Today, of course, that would happen as I start recording. Excuse me. Today, I have a kit that I just finished. And the kit is made by George Turner. He's over there in England somewhere, I believe. And it's a resin kit. It's a resin kit. And this kit is of a 1908 Simplex. Okay. Well, I got to repaint the muffler. Been handling it too much. I don't know. I might do some weathering on that. Some brown. To me, a brown highlighter, panel line paint or something to make it look like mud's been splashing up against that. Anyway, 1908 Simplex, which I believe is a copy or the name that it had here in the United States of a Mercedes. Okay. Had a big old four-banger in it, inline four-banger. And, yeah, golden age. It runs pretty good. Of course, it doesn't have any magnets. I've already scraped the bottom of it. I'm working on it and fine-tuning it and what have you. But, yeah, it has no magnets. Besides, it's sitting so far off the ground, there's, a magnet wouldn't do you any good. It grips pretty good. I probably could add some weight to it, but I thought I'd give her a go around the track if I can do this two-handed. I've only had one cup of coffee, so bear with me. Looks kind of neat on the hairpin. It does slide around a little bit depending on how much throttle you give her. Whoops. And I think I got a problem with how it's touching the track over here. So I may have to figure something out. I had to change the guide on it. It was resin and it didn't hold up very well. So I put this guide in and it worked just fine. It worked just fine. Okay, back to playtime. Doesn't that look neat on the track? George Turner resin. Whoop, wiped out. It is top heavy. It's got a very high center of gravity, so yeah, I might have to add a little bit of lead weight to her to kind of quell that down. Anytime you do a new model, you end up experimenting on it quite a bit. Now the color of that yellow is made by Vallejo, and it's called chrome yellow. Okay, it does have I guess a dirtier look to it, and that's kind of what I was kind of going for. He has this modeled as a racer, so I guess I could go with that. I will give you a warning if you do this particular kit, or like the Vauxhall that has just come in. The guide sits right above where you would try to, well, I should say below where you would try to put a solid axle through to attach the tires. And that's not going to work unless you change the guide, move it forward even more or move it back a little bit. So what Mr. Turner gives you is 2 aluminum wheel hub axles that you press into after you get it into the steering knuckle here. Now these are made, this particular kit and the Vauxhall is made for steering via the guide. The original guide had a brass wire in it that would fit into that hole, and if you didn't glue the knuckles, if you just glued the cross member to the frame, everything would turn left or right along with the guide. I'll be honest with you, I can't see, and I have some cars that have that steering system on them, some SCXs. I danged if I can tell the wheels are turning right or left. So I just glued everything in place, made sure they were straight, and glued everything in place, replaced the guide, put the wheel hubs, axles in, and called it done. Okay. It's quite a bit of detail. It's got the screws for mounting the fenders. It's got the meshing for the radiator grill. It's got the wood plank design into the floorboards. There's not a whole lot going on in the in the driver's compartment. All this paint basically is from Vallejo. The red leather is, the wood colored is, the silver is, and the yellow. The black is the only thing that's not Vallejo. I purchased the running gear, which was an S-can motor. And if you look at George Turner's website and you scroll down, you'll see where he makes recommendations on stuff for his cars. And a lot of times you'll see where he's got it labeled powertrain kit. And in that was the rear axle, the pinion, the ring gear, or the crown gear rather, the motor, and the wires. And I think, I can't remember, but I think that guide was also in it too. It was a complete kit, powertrain kit. And my driver worked loose. I used Tester's glue, and I'm 61 years of age, and I can tell you right now, the plastic modeler's glue, like testers, it ain't worth a hoot. It always comes loose on me. I'll tack that back down with some CA glue later on. But ordered the car from George Turner, and I've got some other kits that I have to put together. I'm pretty happy with it. It's got some detailing to it. It's not shabby at all. It's pretty decent looking. And I've got more tires coming in from Pendle Slot. And that's what I started to tell you before I fell off into the rabbit hole. The powertrain kit I got from Pendle Slot that was recommended by George Turner, and also recommended by George Turner, was Pendle Slot's Edwardian Racers tires. Some are slick and some of them are diamond. I don't know if you can see that. Some of them are diamond shaped, like they actually have tread to them. Okay, so yeah, it always costs more, as some of you know, to do a kit. But a lot of times, I don't even think Le Mans Miniatures has a car of this. So these more obscure, famous, but more obscure to major manufacturers of slot cars, you'll have something on your track that nobody else has. And that's what I like personally. Now, as I said before, I've got the Vauxhall, and let's see, that stopped again at that same spot. I got a mystery going on here that I'll have to figure out. And I've got and I probably won't say this right, a Bozzini race car. And I've got a Maserati, I think it's a 300S, as well as the Vauxhall Edwardian Racer kits. And yeah, I don't see Carrera, Scalextric, or NSR, or anybody else making these types of cars. So if you want one, go to George Turner's website, look him up. He's got quite a few resin cars for sale on there. It did go all the way from England to here in the States, and I'm in Texas. I really can't tell you how long it took to get here, because I'm pretty patient about that kind of thing. When it gets here, it gets here. So, as I said before, look up George Turner on his website and take a look at his selection of resin slot cars. And as I mentioned earlier, if you scroll down a little ways, you'll see usually he has a list of recommended parts to make the slot car function, i.e. tires or the powertrain unit, the motor, the axle, the crown gear, and the pinion. And in my case, even the guide came with it, along with some brushes. So, and the eyelets for pressing down into the guide. So that's about it for today. Got a little long-winded. I'm sitting at almost 15 minutes. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all take care. Have a great day. Bye.